everybody, and welcome to this South Huntington Library art class. And I'm art teacher Amy. Some of you have taken classes with me before at the library. And instead of you coming to me at the library, I'm coming to you at your home. So I hope you've been keeping yourself busy. I know we've had a lot of days out of school now, but at least the weather is good, and I hope you've been out maybe walking or riding your bike, maybe playing in your yard. So yeah, let's do a drawing today. I have a rabbit for you since it's springtime, and maybe you noticed some of the flowers have come out. In fact, I have some daffodils and tulips growing in my yard, and then I found these cute little daffodils at the store the other day, since we did just have Easter and Passover. But it is April and it is time for we need some nice warm weather and some pretty flowers. So these are some little baby daffodils. So if you want today, you can put daffodils in your picture. You could put tulips. You could leave flowers out if you just want the grass. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna follow me step by step like we usually do when you come to the library. If you haven't been to my class at the library, then I'll tell you step by step what we're going to do. So first thing you will need at home is just a couple of supplies. If you don't have them right away, you could maybe come back to this video tomorrow or the next day. I believe it's going to be up for a couple days. So you'll need a pencil to draw with, like we usually have at class. If you can find a Sharpie in your house, we are going to Sharpie our rabbit when we're done. And if you have some markers, this is a great picture for markers. I like this set. If you want to go grab a few supplies, I recommend Target. Target, if you don't want to go to the store, Target.com has Crayola 10 count classic color, and these are my favorite markers to have at home or just have around. Then the other thing I would suggest is Crayola colored pencils, and I like the 24 count because they're just $3 at Target. These are $2.50, and so for under $10 you can get a couple of supplies, and you can pick up a pad of drawing paper. So what you want to look for is just a heavyweight drawing paper. My favorite one, again, if you can't get this, you could just use whatever you have in your house, that's fine. These are just suggestions. So if you like to draw and you think you're going to be drawing a bit more, you can pick up these. This one you can't get on Target, but Walmart.com has it, also Amazon. And this is my favorite watercolor paper. It is the Canson XL watercolor, and it is 140-pound paper, so it's actually really good for watercolors. It's good for markers, it's good for colored pencils, but you can use, even if you have construction paper at home, if you have a piece of white construction paper, that's fine to do this project on. So okay, so rabbits, normally I do a little quiz on rabbits. So does anybody know what they eat? I know our first thought is carrots, right? And my friend has a rabbit, and I know her rabbit, Baxter, likes carrots. And he also eats hay. He eats a kind of hay called Timothy hay. And then rabbit food. So let's see, what else? Do you know what colors rabbits come in? So over here I have a white rabbit, a black rabbit, and here we have some gray rabbits. Here's a cute little tan bunny, and look at this one. This is a tan bunny with a flower in her ear. So you could always add a flower if you would like, or eyelashes to your rabbit. And today, so our picture, I'm going to use markers and maybe some colored pencils. So this is a sample that I did, and our rabbit is sitting in a basket. It's up to you if you want to add flowers or anything on the bottom, or if you just want to leave it grass. Maybe we'll put a sun in the sky. Okay, so then one other thing, if you'd like to pause the video and grab a piece of copy paper, if you have one from mom or dad's printer, you can do the practice sheet. So this is what our practice sheet looks like if you wanted to pause it and practice. We have the face, the basket, eggs if you wanted eggs, the feet, and some ears. So that's if you want to practice that. Otherwise, we could just go ahead and draw. So first thing we will do is our artist pledge, which some of you know. If you don't know it, it goes like this. Hold up your pencil and repeat after me. Everybody say, I'm an artist. I can draw. And today I can draw a rabbit in a basket. Okay, so I'm gonna draw in Sharpie so you can see it better. But you can do yours in pencil and then trace in Sharpie. That way you can erase anything you don't like. And here we go. So I'm gonna draw this rabbit on this paper, and you're just gonna follow me step by step. It's okay, so first thing we're going to do is the rabbit head. So we're going to draw, so the rabbit head is, if you cut your paper in half this way with your finger, and you cut it halfway this way, your rabbit head is over in this corner of the paper. Now you're gonna leave room for some, the little furry bunny fur here. And then we wanna leave room for our basket, and then maybe, like we said, something down below, some grass. So your head is up here. You could kind of take your finger and just make like an oval shape. Try to draw bigger than you normally would. We tend to draw really small. So the shape of the head is almost like an apple, or I guess it's kind of like an apple. So you're gonna make a curve down and around, curve up a little bit, and you're gonna keep going up to the top here. Okay, so the next step is the ears, and then we'll put in the face. So we're gonna go, so they have those long rabbit ears, right? Long bunny ears. So we're gonna go up like this, and you're gonna curve up and around and back. And if you want, you can make it bend a little. You could also just make them go straight up if you want. And we're gonna do the same on the other side. I'm gonna go up and around and down. I got some long bunny ears today. Okay, so inside the ear, do that again. Up and around and down. And we're gonna go up and around and down. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyes, and the eyes are actually on the side of their head, so they're not really in the middle here. So we're gonna move them out to the side. And this is a good example. I think it's probably so they can see their predators, but anyway, so what we're gonna do is make a curve and a curve like this. So it's kind of like a lemon or an almond, that nut. And you're gonna take that shape like this, and you're just gonna tilt it. And inside your eye, put a circle. And then if you want with your pencil, you can make another little circle. And if you want to now, you can fill it in, or you can wait till later if you have a Sharpie. If you don't have a Sharpie, you could also use your black Crayola marker to outline. Okay, the nose is a straight line. And then you can either make a V Or you can make it kind of like a little heart or upside down Hershey kiss. And then it's up to you if you want to leave it empty so you can make it pink, or if you want to color it in, you can. Then we're going to do a straight line down, and then we're going to make a little curve this way and this way. Okay, so this bunny has white on the bottom of its mouth, so we're going to make a little curve. We're going to curve here and here. And if you want, you could put in a little tooth and just make 2 straight lines. And we're going to go over, make a little tiny triangle up, and then go over again. And now we need some whiskers. And if you can put whiskers on or leave them off, it's up to you. On my rabbit here, I did not put whiskers. But this one we can have some whiskers. I wouldn't put too many because it starts to look like a mouse after a while. Okay, so underneath your rabbit head, you're gonna make like a fuzzy looking little beard. We have a beardy rabbit. Okay, so then we have a little beard and which is actually fur. But now we're going to do the paw. So look, you're going to come out and around and curve and come back up. And we're going to do the same right over here. So this bunny is sitting in a basket with its paws out. We're going to go out and around and back and up. Okay, so let's put the rabbit in a basket. So what we want to do is we're going to make the top of the basket first. So why don't you make 2 little dots. I don't know if you can see those. You can make 2 tiny dots showing how far you want your basket to go. So your basket is pretty much in the middle of your picture. You're going to leave a little bit of space here and here for your grass. So now I'm going to make the curve to your paw. And you know what? This time I got to jump over. That one was, my fur was bigger. And jump and curve. Okay, so now we'll do the bottom of the basket, then the handle. So the bottom of your basket, watch this, instead of making just 1 straight line down, over and up, it looks more realistic if we make the basket curving. In fact, I have my little basket here, but I don't think my little basket curves much. Oh, a little bit. It actually has the little, what are these, like the crisscrosses here. These are going this way, but these are this way. But actually here we can see our handle and the top of the basket. So what we want to do is we're going to curve here, and you're going to curve again and curve again. And now for the bottom of our basket, actually let's do that side first. We're going to curve here and here and here. And again, that makes it look more realistic. Now the bottom, instead of making just a straight line across, which is going to make it look kind of flat, our basket's rounded, so we want to make the bottom kind of a curve like that. And it'll look a little more realistic. Okay, now you can come into your basket here, jump over your paws, and we can do 2 curves across. And now, you know what, we could give let's give the top of the basket a curve. And I won't see it under my paws. There we go, we have a little edge on the basket. Then we'll come back and put in our lines. Let's do the handle. So you're gonna make a curve that's gonna go all the way up over your bunny. Well, actually, just by the ears, but don't draw through your ears, so watch this. You're gonna go up, curve to your ear, jump over again, and curve down to your basket. And then we're going to do that again. So you're going to go up. See if you can keep it. Take your time, go nice and slow. See if you can keep it the same width and come down. Okay, so now we have these lines in the basket handle, which some baskets have those, like I was showing you on my little basket, they have the lines of the weaving. So look, on this one, what I want you to do, let me show you on a different piece of paper. Okay, so look at the difference between these two. Let me do this curve, let's say that's a basket, and this is our basket. Now look, if I just do a bunch of straight lines, and I'm kind of fast and making it a little messy, that's not gonna look as realistic as if we take our time here and we're making two curving lines. Okay, so let's do this is number 1, number 2, and if you've taken my class, you know which we do this a lot. Number 1 or number 2, which one looks more realistic? And in this case, it's number 2. So this is going to make our handle look like it's curving with these curving lines. And leave space. You don't need a lot of these. Maybe about, I don't know, 12 or so. So we're going to keep going around your basket. Jump over your ear if you need to. And when you get to the other side, they can curve down the other way, so they can curve this way. So it's curving. So they'll start to curve like that. Okay, so the bottom of your basket, well actually now we have our bunny here, so we can actually put the back of our bunny, which starts off of you can start off the face, you can start it off of the fur. We'll put our little bunny back in there. And then if you want to give your bunny a little tail. Okay, so the bottom of the basket, I'm going to do the same thing here to show you the difference. So here we have basket number 1, basket number 2. And so that one I'm going to do straight lines on, which we didn't do. We did curves to make it look rounded. And then this would be the same thing if you just made straight lines on number 1. And hold on, okay, let me do number 2. And now on number 2, we're going to make them just a little bit curving. So they'll curve like that on this side and like that towards that side. So do you see that, the difference there? So this one looks flat, because when we make straight lines, that makes things look flat. Okay. So when we make curved lines, it makes it look curving and more realistic. So again, when you get to the middle, it's a little tricky. You can those can be straight, but then you want to make them curving this way. So they're going to curve like that, bending this, curving that way, and then you're going to have them, you can make them sort of straight, and then you want them to curve this way on this side. Okay, there's our lesson in making things realistic. So I'm going to do curving that way, curving, so it's like they're bending to the, what is that, the left, and over here we'd have them bending to the right. And then as you get to the middle, we can do top, bottom, and curve, curve. And then, like I said, the one in the middle would probably be pretty much almost straight. trick you could do is put 2 here and 1 here and 2 here, and then they stagger. So that makes it look more interesting. Also, okay, so we need, how about a hill? Or you could just do a straight line for the grass. I'm gonna do a little hill of our bunny on a hill today. Now, let's say we have some nice grasses growing. I know my lawn is growing already. So I'm just gonna do little zigzags up and down. And you can have long ones, short ones, little really long ones. We have grass. Okay, and then I know we've had some nice sunny days lately, so what about a nice sun in the sky? And one thing I try to remind kids is when you do that little corner sun, if you really want to do it, okay, but I've never seen the sun go into the corner of the sky. I don't know, maybe you have, but I have not. So I like to see the whole sun. It could always be going down, and like we've talked about, if you've come to my class, your sky does not have to be blue. It could be yellow, maybe it's a sunset, maybe it's yellow and orange. So you could always change the color. Or maybe it's something like this. Maybe you have like some greens, although our grass is green. We probably don't want green. Okay, so for your flower, if you want flowers, I'm gonna make a stem and curve up and curve back for your leaf. And then we can make a little U. And then do a curve in, and there's a tulip. And then how about over here, a curve and a little leaf. How about this one is, maybe it's a daisy or something. Maybe like yellow. And if you want one more, you could do another one. If you wanted to add an egg, you could do that. If yours is just, again, maybe you don't want to put the flowers in, you just want to have some grass here, that's okay. Or I was thinking, you know, a lot of us are home right now, and if you have a grandma or grandpa, maybe they've been home for a while too, and I bet they would absolutely love for you to, if you can't see them in person, you could actually pop this in the mail in an envelope and send it to them. And I bet they'd be really surprised, and I bet they would love to put your picture up on their refrigerator to cheer them up. So that's another idea. Okay, so the last thing we usually do is sign our name small in the corner. So I usually sign it down here. And then you can pause the video. I'm gonna pick some colors. And what I want you to do now, if you do have a Sharpie at home, is you can take your Sharpie and trace your pencil lines. Like I said, if you don't have a Sharpie, you could also trace with your black marker, if you have one. That works too. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to trace, and now we will take out our, if you have colored pencils, you can take those out. If you have your markers, what we will need is, I'm gonna use both today, and we're gonna need our, let's see here. So if you do have colored pencils, light green and dark green look really nice on the grass. And then for our sky, for your sky, what I would do, your blue marker is a little dark for the sky. So I would say if you do have the colored pencils, I actually really like the light blue pencil for the sky. But the trick to colored pencils, remember everybody, you want to go really slow. So it's going to take a while to fill in that sky. But you want to go slow and make sure if you start up and down, keep going up and down. Don't go side to side, back and forth, and this way and that way, because then it starts to look really scribbly. So with your colored pencils, if you're using those, make sure you go in the same direction. So one direction for the whole thing. Okay, so for our bunny, let's see, I'm gonna do, how about, unless you have tan, you might have a tan if you have the Crayola, the 26 count. You could do a tan bunny. Here's a little gray bunny. So I'm thinking maybe my bunny today will be gray. So I'm going to take my marker and what I like to do is outline your shape first, and then you're going to go back and forth and fill it in. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Crayola's tip, you can do a fat line like I'm doing. So you tilt your marker on the side. Or if you have a really small place that you're coloring, if you do the very tip, let me see if I can bring you a little closer just to show you. Okay, so here, if you use the tip like this, you're gonna get a very thin line. So I like to tilt my marker so that I can do the really fat lines. And again, take your time. And the more you take your time, the more your drawing will be neater. And it just looks really nice. And I try to go around, your nose, your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to keep coloring my bunny. So my paws are going to be gray, my back will be gray, and I'll do a little more coloring and then you can keep going and finish on your own. So I'm going to keep coloring. And then, so what you can also do is outline like that. You can outline your paws. And then I just, like I was showing you before with the face, you just go down and up and down and up. And same over here. And it just looks a lot neater. Right? Instead of going like back and forth and up and down, side to side, that gets just a little too scribbly, right? Okay, so I've got a gray bunny and a pink nose would probably look cute. Oh, you know what we forgot? So girls and boys, you could do this too. I like this one with eyelashes, so I forgot my eyelashes. I'm gonna do three little curves on my eyes for eyelashes. Okay, and then we have the back. And then I would say you could take out your, oops, grays on the ears. We have a lot of color on our bunny here. There we go. Now I think I got it. I'm gonna leave the tail white, and I think this will be white. So now I need my yellow for I want a yellow flower, a pink flower, and I actually have a light green marker that I like. That you can also get the light colors, the light green and light blue. You can get those at Target also. I should work for Target. No. It just happens to be that they have all the Crayola products really cheap, and I always look for the best prices. So if you want if you get a chance to get these, the classic colors, and the other ones they have are, if you look, are the 10 count assorted colors, I believe they're still called, and they're not washable. These are much better than the washable. The washable just don't have as much pigment. So I have a yellow sun. I think I'll have a yellow flower. And let's see. Let's do our flower stem. And our leaves. And then, so the basket, I would probably say, if you have your colored pencils and you have a tan. I have a tan for my colored pencils, so I'm gonna make my basket like a light color. If you don't have that, you could do, you can make your basket yellow if you wanted to. Maybe these, then I would do these flowers a different color. Maybe like a red one and a pink one, or orange. Just because you don't want everything to be the same color. So I have this tan basket, and this is, because my paper is so big, this is going to take me a long time to finish. So I'm going to just give you some more suggestions for colors, and then you can finish up your picture and just take your time. So I'm going to do a pink flower here. And then we need pink nose. I'm going to make my nose pink. But again, you don't have to make your nose pink. Some of them are. This one's gray. That one looks almost tan like the bunny. So let's see. So we have the little taily eyes. And so now what you could do is, if you have your green marker, I'm going to do a little more on my basket here. There we go. Okay, so if you have your dark green or light green marker, I've got the dark green, that one. So I'm going to do the grass here on the hill. And so I'd say finish, so after that, then what you could do is just finish up whatever color you're doing on your basket. And you can make these curves a different color if you want to do them like brown. And if you do have colored pencils, if you're doing this in markers, that's fine, you can finish in markers. If you do have the colored pencils, I'm going to finish my basket in tan. And then I'm going to switch here to, I'm going to switch to my my light greens for the grass down here. So again, this is gonna take me a while to finish because my paper is so big. So I'm just gonna finish this up with some greens. I like to mix the greens, so if you do have that light green and dark green, you can do that. That looks nice. Make it nice springy grass. And remember, it's gonna go all the way up to the hill here. So your grass is all of that, right? And then the last thing would just be to finish your sky with colored pencils. So again, you're gonna go up and around your bunny. Don't forget inside here is also the sky, like this one. So you've got the sky going up around your bunny, inside the basket there. And then don't forget your grass around the bottom. Okay, so there we go. Well, thank you for drawing with me today. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again at the library. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself in this nice springy weather we have. I'll see you next time.